Okay, so I absolutely suck at Brawl Stars, right? But somehow, some way, I managed to get top 20 in the United States in ranked. And that is because of one very simple reason. It's because you can outdraft anyone. From diamonds to like mythic to legendary, even to masters, and even in like the world finals, you got guys picking Kit and Heist. You can outdraft anyone in any single draft. Now, the only reason that I made masters is because I think like literally the best thing I do in Brawl Stars is draft. Like my gameplay is pretty mid. It's pretty mediocre. You're gonna see in this gameplay I'm not a great player, but I reached top 20 in the United States just because I think I have a really good grasp of the drafting concept. So if you guys learn anything, you have no idea how much like a comment, and like hit that subscribe button helps me out so much. I would really appreciate it. But with that being said, let's get into the video. Okay, I'm gonna try to be as instructive as I can be without trying to be like a dick. So with the first pick, this is like the easiest pick in the game. Basically, you want to pick the best brawler on the map. Now, if you don't know what that is, then you could watch guys like Spen LC or Bobby or anybody with like any type of tier list. But if you have any like general idea of like what a good brawler is in any type of meta, any type of like safe, good A S tier brawler is generally a good pick. So yeah, just nice, safe brawlers, right? With the second pick's the worst pick in the game because it's like a worse version of the first pick. You have to counter the first pick, so you're not getting the best brawler in the game, but you also still have to pick a relatively safe brawler. Third pick, very similar to the second and first pick. You're still picking more safe brawlers, but you're trying to kind of figure out your comp now. You're trying to complement the second brawler while still picking a safe brawler. Now, the fourth and the fifth pick are where things get absolutely crazy. This is where people fumble their drafts. This is where people shit the bed and like lose their games in the. But before the game even starts, this is where people lose the game. So, the fourth and the fifth pick, you need to counter your opponent's second and third picks. But most importantly, you cannot leave yourself vulnerable to a last pick assassin, tank, or thrower. That is your main job, and that's what that's what no one understands. Like, as the fifth pick especially, you cannot, like, let your team get last pick Sprouted. You can't let your team get last pick Draco, like I just did to this team before us. Like, I won the game before the game even started. Why? I'll break it down. The other team had a Byron, a Juju, and a Sandy. None of those brawlers do damage, like, at all. They just don't do damage. I'm not saying they're bad brawlers. They're all really good brawlers. But they left themselves vulnerable to a Draco. And I could have gone Frank. I could have gone Buster. I could have gone Primo. And we would have won. We would have won with any of those. Because Byron does no damage, Sandy does no damage, and Juju does no damage. So none of those three brawlers do any damage. I could just sit on the hot zone all game and win. And that's just because they lost with the fourth and the fifth pick. So with the fourth and the fifth pick, you have to be thinking. If you have the fourth and the fifth pick, when you go into your next game, think to yourself, okay, what happens if this team goes Sprout right here with the last pick? Do we automatically lose? What happens if they go Dynamite? What happens if they go Daryl? Can we deal with a Daryl? Can we deal with a Frank? Can we deal with an Ash? Can we deal with like a Leon or some type of assassin? Can we deal with a Mortis? That's what you have to be thinking to yourself as the fourth and the fifth pick. So the sixth pick is the best pick in the game, and I'm going to show you guys an example in just a second here of how with the sixth pick you can absolutely dominate games. And this is why I think I've made it so far, is because I have a really good grasp of what counters what brawlers are good into what brawlers, and what like the weaknesses in a comp is, along with like what the goal is in a certain match. So, if a team doesn't have an answer to a thrower, and you already have a thrower. Let's say you have like a Larry and a Larry, or a Juju or something like that, and the other team doesn't have a way to address that. They go with like a Gale, a Gene, and a Bell. Dude, just go another thrower. Who gives a crap? Albert Marauder, I already have a thrower on your team. So? They can't counter your thrower, so why not go another thrower? If you have a Jackie on your team for whatever reason, right? And the other team goes Gene, Gus, Amber. Like, none of those are really tank cars. Like, maybe Amber. But if there's enough grass on the field, go another tank. Who cares? Right? You know what I mean? Like, if the other team's got a Tick, a Dynamite, and, a Piper, something really, really squishy, they got a Mr. P, they got a Gene, they got a Byron, they got a Sandy. Run your Draco. Go Leon. Go Mortis. Go Frank. Go something. And another thing to pay attention to is, like, brawlers who have spawnables and brawlers who have uh, single shot brawlers, right? I'm gonna show you guys that example right now, but that's something you should pick up as well. All I can do is make the best pick that I can that can also kind of potentially carry the game. So I have the last pick again, so we're gonna try to do the best we can. We're gonna ban Angelo, I think. We're gonna ban Angelo. Yes, I'm able to beat 90Ks Atlanta. My mechanics and movement are pretty good. I used to beat a 1v1 main and have some... Yeah. Okay. So your mechanics are good. Yeah, I think just, like, overall, just, like, IQ of the game, I think a lot of people, like, me, for example, like, I'm top 30 in the United States in ranked. Now, am I, like, mechanically better than, like, everyone else below me? Of course not. I think I'm a pretty good drafter, and I think I, like, understand what needs to happen in each game. Like in Heist, it's like, okay, do we have enough DPS on our team? What happens if I pick this brawler? Can we get ran over? If I pick this brawler, like, can they pick a thrower and beat us? You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll see in my gameplay, like, it's not like I'm insane. Like, obviously, I'm pretty good. I mean, I'm top 30 in the United States, but that doesn't mean, like, anything. Like, that doesn't mean I'm, like, a god at the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know who I want to go here, though. Maybe Eve, to be honest, because Eve... Yeah, I think Eve. Thought process behind Eve, Mandy and Brock have, like, two of the slowest reload speeds in the game. And they both shoot single shot projectiles. And Carl, I can just jump away from a Carl. Eve is just kind of good into all three of these brawls. Meant to say I used to main ones. My win rate is around 98%. I've gotten countless. Nice. Ones. Like I'm trying to think of what that... Duels? I never really got into duels. I kind of quit Brawl Stars when, like, duels became popular, and then I came back, like, years later. I think we win this, but we're going to see. Obviously, we just have to avoid, like, huge Mandy supers. I'm just going to try to get my hypercharge. Wow, that hit me. Okay, really good start for my team. Wow, dude. Okay, that's really unfortunate. Come on, RT. Huge clip on the Carl. Nice RT. Okay. So we should win this. Hopefully my RT can stay up. I know the Brock has super, so we're just going to gadget out of that if need be. Try to charge my super a little bit. We're just going to pinch this guy. And yeah, I mean, pinching's another thing. I mean, just, like, learn how to pinch. Like, we're going to shoot. Thank you. So... I mean, I'm sure you know how to pinch if you're beating guys at 90,000, but yeah, I mean, just pinching, like, obviously we don't want to shoot someone from the same angle. My RT is going to go down, I think. That's really unfortunate. Got clipped by the Carl, not a huge fan of that. We have a good positioning, but it's a 2v3, so I think we lose this, to be honest, but we really don't want to let him out of here. Oh! Big thumbs down to the Mandy. Okay, we do not want to get hit by that, because that thing could, like, literally one-shot us. I don't know where the Carl is. I think he's in there. Yeah, he is in there. Please, Gus, 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 please. Thank you. And we win this. Perfect. So we're going to try to pinch this Brock again, obviously. Boom. Okay. One of the Vuns bounty. Oh, I got you. I've beaten Power League Masters people from Evex Club. I don't know what that is. Oh, I know what Seven Dwarves is. Fantasy Kids too. I don't know what that is. I do not know what that is. You should let me know though. You should send a link in the in here if you don't mind. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try, man. I mean, okay, so definitely we're not trying to feed Mandy super. She's got 2 out of 4 ticks, so we know 3 out of 4 ticks. I've given her 2 hits, not really good. And we know if we see Mandy get do my RT such a goat. Okay, I'm gonna pinch this. Boom! My teammates so good. Okay, Mandy super incoming. We got a jump ready. So like that's just like mental stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be like a god at the game to just count that. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Mandy super is incoming. Right? That's just little stuff. You know? And that's kind of what it takes to get to the top, I think. So she's out because she missed everything. So we're kind of counting for. Okay. So this is kind of a free game at this point. Obviously, we're not going to completely give up, but I mean, it's looking pretty good. 1. Okay, we're going to hop, I think. No, we're not going to hop. Okay, I can't see where the Mandy is. Okay, so she has at least 3 shots now, so we know if we see one more, we know a potential Mandy super is coming. She might already have it. Okay, now we know she has super. So we got our jump ready. We're ready to jump. Okay, we're going to do this. I could have potentially waited. We still know she has the Mandy super. And we're going to try to get some good position out of this. Yep, there's the Mandy super. We can see it. Okay, huge shot on the Brock, and that should do it. And out, we're jump just in case. And yeah, just little simple stuff like that. You know, I didn't play insane, to be honest. My team did a lot of the work. Just stay alive, don't die. We didn't play a great team. Like, we played 2 or 3 legendary 3s. But just simple stuff like that. So that gameplay right there, and just like my explanation of how that game works, should be enough to show you that you can win any game from Masters and below just with your draft and kind of just with your brain, right? If a team has like a Bell, a Jean, and I don't know, a Gale or something like that, and let's say you already have a Barley, right? Well, Marauder, I don't want to go 2 throwers. Why not? Why not? Because the other team, how are they going to counter you, right? They already used all 3 of their picks. Why not go another thrower? Be toxic, pick Sprout, pick Dynamite. Who cares? Right? If a team picks, I don't know, let's say you have a Jackie on your team. For whatever reason, you have a Jackie. You know, it's ranked, right? The other team goes Belle, Piper, and I don't know. Let's say Amber, right? Go Ash, go Frank, go another aggressive brawler. You know, and who cares if you already have one on your team? The 6th pick is so strong. And you can win so many games with just your brain. If you just like look and you're like, okay, this team is vulnerable to an assassin, to a tank, or a thrower. 9 times out of 10, if you are in Mythic or like low legendary, you are going to be in a lobby where the 6th pick can like absolutely devastate a team. Because people don't know how to draft 1 through 5. People with the 4th and the 5th pick don't know how to like pre-plan their picks, right? In this game, I don't have the last pick, but I have the pick before that. I have the 5th pick, and usually you should go with something that like is going to protect your team. But look, they have a Squeak and a Stu. What do we know about Squeak and a Stu? They don't do any damage, right? Squeak, super slow reload speed, doesn't do any damage. Same with Stu. Stu does 0 damage, right? We have a Berry, we have a Gray. I'm going to pick an 11k Dragon who can heal himself, is getting healed by the Gray, is getting healed by the Berry, and I can pop my gadget. I'm going to sit in the zone for 2 minutes for 2 games in a row. That's the type of stuff that like you guys just have to really, really pay attention to. And I'm telling you, in any lobby, even in Masters lobbies, I mean, people don't know how to draft. Right? I suck at Brawl Stars. I'm really bad at Brawl Stars. Watch this gameplay. You guys can do this. It's not like I'm doing anything insane. I'm sitting in a zone and I'm spinning and I'm healing. And it's little things like heals. And this is a Masters lobby. So I'm going to leave you guys with one more gameplay where I walk you through my pick. But that's just something to take away. And we're going to go into more specific things now. Hopefully you made it this far in the video. If you're this far in the video, odds are you're enjoying the video. So I would really, really appreciate if you hit the like button, if you commented, if you subscribed. I'd like to think I know what I'm talking about. Again, top 20, top 30 in the United States. I don't mean to, like, glaze myself too much, but, you know, it's just to get the point across. So, going into Heist, it's important to make sure that your team has enough damage to the safe. Something really, really important. And, like, let's say your team already has a Brock or an 8-bit or a Colette or a Colt. You know, then it's okay to pick something like an Angelo. Then it's okay to pick something like an Eve or a Belle or something more control-like. Or a Penny. If your team doesn't have one of those, if your team's got a Belle and an Eve, you need to go Daryl. You need to go, I don't know, Colette. You need to go something that's going to do damage to that safe because your teammates didn't pick something like that. And I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad thing to go something that's not doing damage to the safe, but it's important to be conscious about that. With Hot Zone, you need to stand on the damn zone. And I know you're like, duh, why am I listening to this guy? Here's the thing. KD does not matter in Hot Zone, like at all. My KD in Hot Zone is like almost always negative, but I'll tell you something like a lot of people don't understand. I never lose in Hot Zone. That's something I always win. And it's because I understand that you have to sit on the zone. The only way you win the game is by sitting on the zone. If you're not sitting on the zone and you're shooting at me, and eventually you're gonna kill me, but guess what? Like I've already got 20% on the zone.
No, completely out.
You know, that's the type of stuff that like people don't really understand. You know, and someone will give me the thumbs, and someone will call me a clown because my KD's a 2 and 9 at the end of a Hot Zone game. And guess what? I was on the zone for both games. And at the end of the day, I'm the reason we won. Because I'm sitting on the zone with 11k Dragon. These guys can't keep me up.
Okay, how you doing? Okay, cool. Look at that. Look at the community.
With Brawl Ball, it's important to make sure
Bro, what the hell, guys? We just so good
that you have someone on your team that can score a goal or at least break walls in front of the goals.
Back shots, the Amber, the good girl, Jackie gets back shots.
Primo and Jackie are just like good Brawl Ball.
Lots of back shots. Bro, there's no way!
They're just good Brawl Ball.
You're gonna see, like, oh, you're dead. Back shots.
Dude! You need to make sure that you have picks like that.
It's all good, though.
I'm going to touch on this maybe a little bit more at the end of the video, but I'm going to let you guys get
so,
into
I mean,
the
just ran over, but
live
that's just
pick
destroyed.
right
Right
now.
to care of my team. Look at that. I mean, oh my goodness, 7. I mean, to be honest, everyone kind of ran over. Let's see where I am.
Picking a good last pick. You know, we're going to ban the Daryl. I think that Daryl is going to be the ban for this game. And we're going to see what we can do. I mean, what are to pick? I mean, we're going to see. We're going to see. You guys can't predetermine your picks. You know, you have to let it marinate a little bit. You know what I'm saying? This guy wants the first pick, the Gus, and honestly, I'm on board with that. You know, maybe a Larry and Laurie could have potentially been good, but you know what? The Gus isn't bad. Guys, if you guys are new to the stream, or if you just joined, I would really, really like it if you guys dropped a like. Carry my algorithm, but obviously you do not have to. Then you go with the Byron. The Byron's a good pick. Yeah, I like the Byron pick. It's looking like a very professional draft so far. We're going to see what we can do. They go with the Pearl, another good pick, and really I would like to go with like Larry and Lowry, potentially. We're going to see what my teammate goes. We're not going to suggest him anything. We're just going to let him do what he wants to do. This guy's going to go with the Grom, so I'm not going to go with Larry and Lowry. And I have to go with something. So, Cutlass Cat, you were asking about why I folded the draft last time. And from the 5th pick, right? I'm in the 5th pick again. I need to pick something specifically that now can't, like, I don't want to get ran over, right? Because we have, like, a very squishy comp. This guy's saying Otis, and Otis is probably potentially the move. Mandy is not the move. I'm going to go Buster, I think. I think Buster is what we want to go with. So we're going to go with a Buster. I'm gonna go with the Buster because the Buster. So they ended up going. They just insta-locked the Sprout, and that makes me wish I went Gray. But if I went Gray, then they could have gone Daryl. They could have gone Ash. They could have gone Kenji. They could have gone something around. They could have gone Carl. You know what I'm saying? They could have gone Lily. So, my pick, in my opinion, was probably the correct pick. But we're going to see how it goes because obviously I didn't want to get last picked by, I don't know,
My ghost is getting a little too aggressive for my liking, so it's all good. Let's see if I can come up here and get a pull. See if I can sneak up here. We'll do this. Okay, so even out, it's not too bad. And yeah. Okay, so waste my shield, not too thrilled about that. And yeah, I mean, my gust really needs to heal up. You're not in a bad position right now. You have a gust shield, you got a couple of, things. Good pull. Dude, the portal just melted me, so really, really unfortunate. How long do you, what the hell? Bro, what kind of comment is that? Okay, so I only have one pull left, not too thrilled about that. I really should pull the Byron versus, something else, but it's all good. This guy burns me, please. Dude, there's no way! Oh my god, oh, please, please! My team's carrying, okay, sorry, I need good carries from my team. Holy cow, okay. Okay, I need to do something with this pull. Please don't die ground. I have no idea. He has no clue. He does not exist. Okay, he might not exist. Okay, I'm just going to please wrong step. Please. Okay, I need my shield. I need to help my team. I need to go there. Oh, this fire too close. This fire too close. Please. Let's go. Okay, I should stay out. Okay, there's a pro here, super. Yes. Give it to me, baby. Please. One more. Bam. That's what we like, baby. Come on. Let's get roll. Let's go. We're climbing, baby. We're climbing right now. We're going to be top 15 after this. Hopefully, we get the evil. I have to focus the Byron and the Sprout. I have to get some good pulls over them. I can see it now. Please do not die for me. Please. Oh, damn. That was a good tap. Oh, please. Come here. Okay, I got it. It's okay. 2 for 1. We'll take those. We never take those. This is a win. That's what we like. Let's go. Keep it going. Come on, Gus. Come on, me. I need you. Thank you. Stay up. Please, Ron. Please. Oh my god. Run sex. Lots of sex in the head. Oh my god. Wait, please do that. Oh, scan. Okay, oh, please don't die. Please. Yep. Okay. Heal up a little bit. Right. Oh, this is game. Take a seat, buddy. Take a seat. Come here. Before my KD. That's what we like. Let's see where we're at.
So yeah, I hope you guys took something away from this video. Just know, if you have the last pick, I'm telling you guys, you can win any game in Brawl Stars, in Ranked. I'm telling you guys, you can outdraft any team. Just keep these specific things in your head. How many, single shot brawlers do they have? If they have a lot, an Eve or a Mr. P, especially Mr. P is getting a hypercharge pretty soon. Keep that into account. Do they do a lot of DPS? If they don't, go an assassin, go a tank. Can they deal with a thrower? Always think to yourself, if you have the last pick, just think, can I just go Larry and Laurie into this? Can I go Grom? Can I go Sprout? And even though those aren't necessarily the most dominant brawlers, if they can't deal with a thrower, just go Dynamite. Go a thrower if they can't deal with it. Not on Hot Zone though. Please do not pick Tick on Hot Zone. Most throwers aren't good in Hot Zone unless you're Barry. But Barry's different. So yeah, just keep in mind, you usually want to go tank, assassin, or thrower last pick. But in my specific case, you can go Eve in certain situations, or like Mr. P or something like that, or some type of spun. And then with your 4th and 5th pick, I don't know if anyone's ever told you guys this before, but as I mentioned earlier in this video, just prevent yourself from getting last pick Dynamite. Prevent yourself from getting last pick Franked. With the first 3 picks, try to pick just nice sound brawlers. Obviously, there's guys like Spen and Kairos Time and Crying Man and Bobby who make great tier lists. And they should let you know what's good in the meta. So I appreciate you guys if you made it to this point in the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you made it this far, because obviously you enjoyed something in the video. And I appreciate you guys for watching. I really, really do. So, take it easy, guys.